kind of hard. The reason that I support the California Cancer Research Act
Closer, even closer.
is a very personal one. The man in the center of this picture is my husband Stan, of 47 years, who lost his battle with lung cancer 6 years ago. The two men on the picture with him are friends who shaved their head in support of him when he lost his hair. So this was taken right after his second chemo. He was diagnosed 14 months before his death. He had both large and small cell cancer, and being an RN, I knew he had little or no chance of surviving. Through it all, I had to tell my kids things will be okay, and I had to tell him we're going to beat this.
Look through the folder and copy the folders right there.
It didn't happen that way. He had smoked for approximately 40 years and had stopped about 15 years before. He was the love of my life, and not a day goes by that I don't miss him. With his history and his family's history, I now worry about my 2 daughters and my 3 grandchildren. And I especially worry about what the effect of secondhand smoke will have on them. I have been a volunteer at the American Cancer Society for the last 4 years. I have just recently become a legislative ambassador, and it's something I enjoy so much. This is really my first presentation on this subject, but it's something I care so much about. We'll raise the tobacco tax in California by $1 per pack. I have to be honest, I don't think that's enough. It will raise nearly $600 million a year to find new ways to detect, treat, prevent, and cure cancer and other tobacco-related diseases, and provide more than $180 million to the state's existing tobacco education and control programs. Next one.
Next.
Oh, I got a little ahead of myself. The next one then.
Further?
Yeah, one more. Who is leading the effort to pass the California Cancer Research Act? The American Cancer Society, the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network. And I must tell you that on that front table, I have applications to join ACS CAN. And it's a wonderful organization, and we really do get things done. It's $10 to join. I also have some other papers there for you to sign, if you will, because we're fighting big money, and we need all the bodies that we can get. It's the American Heart Association, which includes both the Heart Association and the Stroke Association. It's the American Lung Association, Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids. That's one I really care about right now. The Live Strong, Lance Armstrong organization, and Stand Up to Cancer. Next one. Okay. Who is against the California Cancer Research Act? Guess who? Big tobacco companies. Big tobacco company has marked 6 figures to fight us. See, the California Cancer Research Act will result in fewer teen smokers and more people quitting, which the tobacco industry sees as a threat to company profits. The CCRA will triple the state's funding for tobacco use prevention and cessation, preventing tens of thousands of children from becoming smokers and helping tens of thousands of smokers quit. CCRA goals are simple. They're to save lives. More than 140,000 Californians are diagnosed with cancer every year. To fund cancer research, we need to get potential cures to those who need them as soon as possible. To protect California kids. Over the last decade, Big Tobacco spent 10 times more marketing their tobacco products in California than the state spent on tobacco education and prevention efforts. That's kind of sad. And to protect your tax dollars, cancer researchers, doctors, and experts on the field will make the decision about what to fund and not politicians. And that's a good thing. Next slide. How the funds are spent. Accountability. 98 cents out of every dollar raised goes to research, education, and enforcement, with criminal penalties for misuse of funds. 60% of all funds will go to research into prevention, causes, and treatment of cancer and other smoking-related illnesses. 20% will fund smoking cessation and tobacco use prevention. 15% will pay for facilities and equipment needed for research. 3% will help police enforce anti-tobacco laws and stop tobacco smuggling. No more than 2% will be spent on administrative costs. None of that money will go into the general fund. See the next slide. The California Cancer Research Act will focus on finding cures for cancer. Despite advances in treatment and prevention, nearly 1 out of every 2 Californians born today will develop cancer at some point in their lives, and nearly 1 in 5 will die from it. The California Cancer Research Act will provide nearly $600 million a year to help the state's research community, which includes several winners of the Nobel Prize for Medicine, make advances in the detection, treatment, prevention, and cure of cancer, heart disease, stroke, emphysema, and other smoking-related illnesses. California Cancer Research Act, a major investment in cancer research. This will also provide more funding for cancer research than all of these national organizations, and I don't know if you can see them, but it's the California Cancer Research Act, the American Cancer Society, the Caesar G. Komen for a Cure, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, the National Childhood Cancer Association, Breast Cancer Research Foundation, Prostate Cancer Foundation, Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation, the Lance Armstrong Foundation, the Cancer Research Institute, and the American Association for Cancer. So it will raise more money than all of these organizations combined. California will become the second largest fundraiser in the world, second only to the United States government, the National Cancer Institute. California Cancer Research Act will protect kids from tobacco. The measure will fight tobacco marketing aimed at kids. Youth smoking will decrease by 13.7%. It is proven that increasing the cost decreases the use, especially by kids. This dollar a pack raises it from $6 or $7 to $7 or $8 a pack. In January, New York passed a bill that raised the cost of cigarettes from $10 to $11 a pack. So it's cheap here. In fact, I have a friend whose sister smokes in New York, and she sends her money to buy her cigarettes here and sends them back to her. So New York is really expensive. It will prevent more than 20,000 premature births, which are caused by smoking. It will prevent more than 200,000 kids from becoming smokers. It will protect thousands of kids from secondhand smoke and keep many more kids from losing a parent to cancer, emphysema, or heart disease. CCRA, next slide. will save money in the long run. Researchers have estimated the total cost of smoking in California at $15.8 billion in 1999, which reflects direct cost of $8.6 billion and indirect costs of $7.2 billion due to lost productivity from illness and premature death. It will help respond to the staggering cost of tobacco in cancer by achieving significant health savings. The savings accrued over the lifetimes of persons alive today who stop smoking or never start will be $5.1 billion. There was something else that I wanted to bring up. Today I got an email, and there is new research that came out yesterday that shows that by raising the price of cigarettes, you definitely decrease the amount of people who smoke. And I had another thing here where it says, each year 2 million smokers either quit smoking or die of tobacco-related diseases. So every day I'm adding to this. In fact, I was adding to it till the time I finished before I came tonight. Anyhow, I hope that you will, next slide, that you will all support us. We need lots of help from organizational endorsements, community speakers, phone banking, media events, and rallies. And remember, this is not just the American Cancer Society. It is all those other organizations too. And the next one. We need you to help the California Cancer Research Act. We need you so badly to fight the big tobacco companies. The website that you can go to is www.californiansforacure.org or caforacure@cancer.org, or you can go on to Facebook, and Twitter is at CA for a Cure. But we really do need help. I have papers up there if you'll sign them. All they'll do is send you emails to tell you what tobacco's coming out with to help defeat this bill and what we need to do to get it to pass. And so I really ask all of you for your support. I really do. Thank you.
Thank you.